All right, so I'm going to demo the 5.07, creating some artwork. We're going to, the first thing it asks you to do is create a rectangle that covers up the whole back. And then it wants me to trace a picture. I'm going to go ahead and trace, maybe I'll trace my cat. I'm going to trace the cat right there. And then copy and paste that a couple of times to clone it, basically. But I don't want to have the same color, so I'm going to copy it. So my first thing is to grab my rectangle tool here. Let me make a single background here. I'm going to call this layer background. And my background layer has a rectangle object on it. And I'm going to select the rectangle object, and I'm going to color it. I'm going to use a gradient. I'm going to fill the background with a gradient. I could do a linear gradient, or let's do this. I don't want to be dark. Let's do purplish there, and let us start the gradient there. And can I let me go here? Let me pull this a little farther over. Pull that a little farther up too. All right. So that's the gradient that I use on the background. Let me go to my layers. Let me add another layer here. And here's where I'm going to add in the actual object. So let me add in a layer. So this is the picture I'm going to trace. I'll just call it picture. And I don't want it to actually be below. I'd like it to be above. And let me grab that and put it. There we go. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this picture here. So let me grab it here. Let's zoom in a little bit first. Let's zoom in. This is Onyx. This is our new cat. There you go. That's Onyx. So I'm going to grab his outline here. Go from here. And go there. All right. And I'm going to paste him on here. I'm going to paste it actually on this layer here. So I selected the layer and I'm pasting it. Okay. So I've got the image is on my picture layer. The rectangle's on the background layer. And what I want to do is trace Onyx with a pen or a pencil. So now I'm going to go ahead and build one more layer. So I'm going to add a layer. I'm going to call this trace. Oh, below current. I actually wanted it above, so I'm going to drag it. I could have selected to put it above. There we go. Okay, so just a different layer for these different parts that I'm doing. So I'm going to trace this now. I can actually turn off the background so I don't see that. And I can, as we've done earlier in there, turn on or off the image of this. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm on my trace layer here, and I'm going to actually just draw. So I'm going to zoom in, not all the way. Let me grab a pencil. So the pencil is great for using for freehand, and I'm just going to trace. And tracing Onyx's head. I got some bumps there I could trace also. And I'm going to stop when I get to about here. And I'm going to break this up into some pieces. Make that little bump in his ear there. And I'll trace along there. I'm going to, again, break this up a little bit. Oops, I don't like that. Control Z to undo it. All right. And I'm almost around. So I do want to fill in objects. I do need to make sure that all of my locations are closed. So if I want to see how well I did there, I can turn off the image. It looks pretty good. I actually want to do a little bit more of the nose and everything else as well. So let me turn that back on. Let me grab some other parts in here as well. So like I want to do the lighter color of the ear. There we go, and it closed it for me there. We'll do this lighter color here too. And then when I land back on that square, then it tells me I closed that circle as well. I'm going to do these eyebrows too. Maybe a Bezier curve would be a better choice for these than my freehanding, but we good. And we got a big old whiskers here. Again, Bezier curve's nice for this because it gives you smoother looking curves as opposed to my, let me grab Bezier here. So you click, and then you click, and then you can bend it. So anyway, let me control Z a couple of those. There you go. All right, so I'm just going to do a few more there. I really wanted the the outline part. Get rid of those curly cues. Doesn't quite have that curliness. You're going to need a steadier hand. All right. And of course, we want to get this. First thing my wife noticed is his face looks like it's got an upside down heart on it. It's kind of what sold her on Onyx. And I could zoom in a little bit more if I wanted a better looking outline. Let's put some eye in here too. There. All right, let's let's take a look. Let's turn off. Notice all of these paths to make up the tracing. I'm going to turn off the drawing here. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. Not bad. If I wanted to now, I could, and I'm going to hold off on this, but I could take and fill, for instance, so notice it filled that in black. And if I wanted to fill something in blue, oops, escape. Let me select this, and then fill it in blue. There. We got one eye is blue, one eye is black, and then this should be kind of whitish. Let me select it. And let's fill that with kind of whitish. There. It's kind of whitish. And let me fill this. Let's see if we can do this. So now I'm thinking I don't want to break it up as much as I broke it up. There. I think I can fill this though. Just with the lighter white. There. Okay. So they're kind of putting it together. Oh, it's got some opacity to it. I'd rather it have. I got this one selected. Let me make it all opaque. Is it 100%? I really don't want this one showing up. So let me, as far as the color goes. Oh, let me do none here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to change how I did that. All right, so that's a start. And then I will clone this and I'll paste it and kind of shift it around and then change the coloring on them all. I can then export it as a PNG. Bitmap.png is not the best name. Maybe I'll call it onyx.png. And where is it being stored? Users are Hanson. Let me do this. Let me put it on my desktop. Kind of important to know where you're saving this. So I'll